Welcome to the Kdf Friday Bulletin. I am Sergeant Kasim Ali. The Bulletin is a show to keep you updated on events undertaken by the Ministry of Defense over the week. In our highlights tonight, Cabinet Secretary Adan Duale leads groundbreaking ceremony for Kenya Defence Forces Public-Private Partnership Housing Project. Royal College of Defence Studies visit Defence Headquarters in Nairobi. Exercise Usalama Baharini 2024 concludes in Mombasa. Kenya Defence Forces troops community engagement in Northeastern region. To start us off, Honorable Aden Duale, the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, accompanied by General Charles Kahariri, the Chief of Defense Forces, graced over the commencement of an ambitious initiative aimed at providing modern and affordable housing for military personnel. This is a significant project aimed at addressing housing challenges within the Kenya Defence Forces. The Kenya Defence Forces Public-Private Partnership Housing Project is a collaboration between the Ministry of Defence and private sector's partners and is set to deliver 3,069 housing units across 5 regions to include Lanet, Gilgil, Nanyuki, Mariakani and Nairobi.
Speaking during the event, CS Duale emphasized the government's commitment to improve the living conditions of the nation's defenders. He further affirmed collaboration with the State Department of Housing to develop 25,000 institutional housing units.
Today, we are all of us here launching this very, very important welfare program, a housing program for our soldiers. This project aligns seamlessly with the government and the Commander-in-Chief's affordable housing agenda, representing a significant step towards fulfilling our social contract with the men and women of our defense forces, who are very integral to safeguarding our nation. It is crucial to recognize that the PPP model offers substantial benefits to the country.
In the same breath, General Kahariri highlighted the strategic importance of the housing project to securing a comfortable living environment essential for operational readiness and boosting soldiers' morale.
This project and others, as shall be enumerated, once completed, will form the first institutional housing in KDF developed under the framework of public-private partnership. And in this regard, we are grateful for the commitment that through the leadership of the CS and the PS and close working relationship with the National Treasury for this commitment towards addressing the social and welfare issues of the KDF.
Into matters of defense relation, Mr. Patrick Mariru, the Principal Secretary for Defense, hosted Brigadier Oliver Bryant, the United Kingdom Defense Attaché to Kenya, at the Defense Headquarters here in Nairobi. During the meeting, the leaders discussed the Defense Cooperation Agreement, which outlines the frameworks for defense collaboration between Kenya and the United Kingdom. Further, the discussion delved into counter-terrorism efforts, emphasizing the necessity of continued cooperation combating the global threat.
In his official tour, Brigadier Oliver similarly led a 17-member delegation from the Royal College of Defence Studies to pay a visit at the Defence Headquarters, hosted by Lieutenant General John Omenda, the Vice Chief of Defence Forces. The delegation was acquainted on Kenya's perspective on national security and its responses to various threats. Kenya and the United Kingdom have enjoyed strong bilateral relations over the years, with extensive cooperation in areas such as trade, investment, tourism, defense, and security.
Mr. Felix Koskei, the head of public service, and Lieutenant General David Tarus, the Commander Kenya Army, as part of the national tree planting strategy, led Kenya Defence Forces troops at Embakasi Garrison in the second phase of tree planting exercise. The exercise incorporated personnel from the Kenya Forest Service, National Youth Service, and the Directorate of Environment in Nairobi County. During the exercise, a total of 80,000 trees, which comprise of various indigenous species, were planted.
While highlighting the importance of restoring the forest cover and protecting endangered tree species, Mr. Koskei underscored the crucial role of such initiatives in preserving the environment. He similarly noted that the program is geared towards combating climate change and its devastating effects, such as global warming, floods, and unpredictable seasons.
I want us to work as a team here in this garrison and wherever we will be, either at home, even during our safaris, let us grow a tree, let us plant a tree.
While addressing the participants, Commander Kenya Army emphasized the urgent need to plant more trees to reduce the effects of climate change. He further noted that the Kenya Defence Forces Environmental Soldier Program offers an opportunity for military personnel to grow more trees towards the establishment of 15 billion trees by 2032.
The government has called for adoption of the whole of government and all of society approach in the implementation of this initiative. And the KDF, we are going to lead and work with like-minded partners in the implementation of this initiative, including the national government agencies, even notably the Ministry of Environment, who are leading the initiative, the Kenya Forest Service, who have been offering us technical support, and also the Kenya Forest and Research Institute, who have been providing us with seedlings and seeds, the National Police Service, the National Youth Service, the county governments, private sector, non-governmental organizations like the Green Belt Movement, and also our schools, especially the KDF-sponsored schools.
Mr. Patrick Mariru, Principal Secretary for Defense, delivered a compelling lecture on defense policy with the rapidly changing global security environment to course participants at the Joint Command and Staff College in Karen, Nairobi. The lecture offered a timely and critical examination of the evolving global security landscape centered on the necessity for swift and innovative defense policies.
During the lecture, the PS Defense highlighted the complexities and uncertainties posed by the current global security environment. He further discussed how traditional security paradigms are being challenged by non-traditional threats such as cyber attacks, terrorism, and information warfare, and emphasized on the importance of adopting a comprehensive and adaptable defense policy that is agile enough to address these multifaceted challenges.
We live in an era of strategic competition and complex security threats. We see conflicts, military build-ups and aggressions, and sources of instability increasing, leading to severe humanitarian suffering and displacement. Hybrid threats have grown both in frequency and impact. Interdependence is increasingly conflictual and soft power weaponized. Vaccines, data and technology standards are all instruments of political competition.
Moving on, Exercise Usalama Baharini, a 4-day exercise involving Kenya Navy and other Kenya maritime partners, concluded earlier this week at the Kenya Ports Authority in Mombasa. The exercise was conducted by European Union Naval Force Operation Atlanta in collaboration with Djibouti Code of Conduct, also known as the JEDA Amendment. The exercise was designed to enhance capacity among Kenya's maritime stakeholders in conduct of maritime operations and enhance interoperability and information sharing among various operation centers.
Speaking during the closing ceremony, Mr. Isaiah Nakoru, the Secretary Administration of State Department for Shipping and Maritime Affairs, commended the participants for the knowledge and experience in maritime interdiction, operations and illegal finish which was displayed during the demonstration. On her part, the European Union Ambassador to Kenya, Her Excellency Henriette Giga, noted that the maritime security can only be achieved if maritime actors collaborate during operations. She emphasized that the trade needs safer routes for goods to transit. Brigadier Sankale Kiswa, the Commander Kenya Navy Fleet, implored that the ability to effectively communicate and work seamlessly across agency lines can be the difference between success and failure. The exercise culminated with a practical simulation of interdiction of a vessel of interest engaged in piracy, smuggling of narcotics, and illegal, unregulated and unreported fishing in the high seas, showing professionalism and determination of Kenya's maritime stakeholders.
The Military Wives Association of Kenya, in collaboration with the Kingdom Bank, launched a diaper distribution program for Kenya Defence Forces dependents with special needs at the Defence Forces Wellness Center in Lang'ata Garrison, Nairobi. The diapers donated by the bank will benefit over 200 Kenya Defence Forces family across all regions for a period of 4 months. Representing the chairperson, MWAC, Mrs. Helen Omenda, the vice chairperson, expressed her outermost gratitude for the great turnout which demonstrates dedication and enthusiasm towards the initiative.
Subsequently, Mrs. Helen Omenda recognized the mental and financial difficulties that caregivers undergo while supporting their dependents. She observed that the initiative would allow the parents to take a load off in matters of diaper purchases and focus fully on serving our country in different capacities. On the same platform, Mr. Alex Kasiki, the Kingdom Bank Head of Business Development, noted that MWAC and the bank are united by similar values and mission to improve the lives of the vulnerable in the society.
Kenya Defence Forces troops in Garissa and Wajir this week engaged with the community to bolster security and community relations. The activity included key leadership engagement by 15 Kenya Rifle troops with elders from Ruka village in Garissa County, while 27 Mechanized Infantry Battalion troops deployed at Konton, Wajir County, conducted civic activities. Take a look.
15 Kenya Rifle troops led by the officer commanding Major Vincent Ngole conducted a key leader engagement with elders from Ruka village, Garissa County. Major Ngole emphasized the importance of building a strong relationship between the locals and the Kenya Defence Forces to collaboratively address cases of insecurity and highlighted the necessity of working together to defeat the common enemy. Elsewhere, 27 Mechanized Infantry Battalion troops deployed at Konton, Wajir County, led by Officer Commanding Major Lucas Gitari, conducted civic activities and key leadership engagement at Konton Center. The troops provided medical aid to local residents and donated sports kits to the local football team. Locals from both areas expressed appreciation for KDF's commitment to security and welfare in areas where troops are deployed.
The Kenya Defence Forces-based Defence Platoon, serving as frontline defenders, conducted a camp security exercise dubbed Protection Warriors at the United Nations Organization Stabilization Mission Force Headquarters, MONUSCO in Goma, the Democratic Republic of Congo. The exercise aimed to prepare troops for emergency, identify vulnerabilities, enhance coordination, foster vigilance, demonstrate commitment to safety, and maintain United Nations credibility.
During the exercise, drills such as crowd control, rapid response time, coordination and communication, flexibility, swift occupation of observation posts, and patrolling in build-up areas were conducted. Troops displayed a high level of professionalism and skills, underscoring their dedication to safeguarding the UN Force headquarters. The KDF-based defense platoon was led by Captain John Paul Butichi and Lieutenant Abdiaziz Isaac, whose leadership ensured the mission's success, highlighting the professionalism and capability of Kenyan forces within the United Nations mission.
And that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. We look forward for your feedback via our official social media handles and your viewership next Friday for the Kdf Friday Bulletin. I am Sergeant Kasim. Goodbye.